Hello everybody, and welcome to a Find the Octagons tutorial. Today we'll be doing Ancient Emblem Octagon. This Octagon can be found in the Desert Temple. In the Desert Temple, there will be a cave. We can take a right to go down. Cave is just over on the right side. Go down. Once we enter this cave, go talk to mining guy, or the miner guy, and say, why are you still here? Then I'll tell you he's trying to get through the big old door over there. And then you ask him if he needs some help, and he'll say he does. The first trial we're gonna go and do is Lights Out. It's down over through here. We have to go get through this little hole here. It'll be a little bit tricky, but it's, compared to the others, it's not the worst trial, or the worst one to get through. So for this one, it's very like self-explanatory with how it's performed. Just gotta click, make them light up. Eventually the shapes will change, and then you can also switch the shapes, change the angle on the shapes, or how they're turned, so you can fill them in better. Then you just gotta keep getting through all of these different patterns, and they always, as the sizes increase, they will change. Little hiccup here. I can say, it's been a while since I've actually tried to go and do this Octagon. Though it is probably my favorite Octagon out of all of the Octagons in the whole game. You know, of course, Out of Bounds Octagon is in my top ranks. But for most well-made, that's probably where I'd put Ubo. Seem to have struggled a lot on this compared to normal, but hopefully we'll just get through it. All will be alright. Alright, this is the last one. This one took me a little more time than I was anticipating it to take. But it has a tendency to go that way. So, yeah, just gotta... It's just kind of this one is really not one that I can help with unless you, or it can give a good path to get through it unless you follow my exact same clicks and everything, which I don't recommend doing. I advise against it for I don't have the exact pattern memorized, and it can really mess with you if you kind of follow what I did. I don't want this to be too hard for you or guys or anything. But this is probably the easiest trial to get through, because the others have very active gameplay. So yeah, that's kind of why I prefer this one over any of the others. It's not too terrible. Once the box spins around, there'll be a crystal, and you gotta go up, and then you can interact with it. Once you interact with it, you will be sent back to the big crystal, where you will then need to find a different trial to go and complete. You do need to complete all 5, as it does say in the top. The next one we're going to be doing is Sticks and Stones, though the description for it is mostly stones. I like this one, but it's very tricky. It's kind of I guess you'll see when we get there, but for now we just gotta kind of push this jar around, which sometimes it can fling you around like it just did for me. Mostly just gotta be careful if you're jumping or around it. come over here, then just come over up to here, go through this little beige spot, come up, go through the black. And once you're through here, you reach 16 stones, but mostly stones. Once you get through, you gotta start pushing these boxes around. I'll show you the layouts that I used to get through them. It may take you a few attempts, but get one over into this general area. And then get the other one that's right there over into right here. I ended up resetting them at one point, so I had to redo it, which you'll probably notice in a moment up here, but it is basically the same layout. And if not, you can just use the same layout and change up the angles so they don't work properly. But I ended up getting really lucky with this one, as you will see, or not. But yeah. In the cut, it's going to come up in a very quick moment. Here you go. I ended up getting really lucky and I got this on the first try, and this is what it will look like if you, or this is what it would be very similar to if you managed to get it on the first attempt. Which, not always gonna happen, but if it does, congratulations. So, yeah, it should just look like this. It'll roll down and then it'll collide with this side beam here, and then it'll hopefully have enough momentum to push through over the little bump at the black door there. Once it gets over, you're good to go down to the next floor of of sticks and stones. You'll know it's done when you hear a ping noise, and that glow will be there. You can go down using those arrows. Down here, I find this one has a tendency to be a lot easier. You don't even need to use the first boxes right there. You can just kind of go over towards the other two, and then kind of just force it down one end. To force it down one end, it's noticeably just kind of easier, and it's not like an overly complicated setup. But I don't know what I was doing here. I was like, it's been a while since I've done this Octagon, so I didn't like push it over to the right spot, and then I kind of looked back at one moment, and then I did start pushing them over to the right spot. And I did mess up my first attempt, but I think I did go back and fix it up, which the boxes are kind of there. You just gotta push this box up forward, more forward than that, but you gotta keep it at an angle. But make sure it's not at too much of an angle where the ball will get stuck, which does have... It can get stuck on the crevice between the wall and the box, which if that does occur, it's gonna be stuck and then you need to retry. But also, if you do what I do here, the ball will roll over towards far enough, so you gotta just kind of come out over here. I did mess up over here, and the box was on too much of an angle, so the ball got stuck in the crevice between the wall and the box. At least I'm pretty sure. I might not be like thinking it straight. I might just remembering another time I did this. Oh, no, it did. So yeah, you just gotta kind of push the box to be on a little more of an angle, but after that, the setup you should just be good enough, just like that. You'll see the ball, it'll kind of slow down, like once it tries to get over, but it'll gain up speed and ramp up, and then it'll be good to get over, as you will see in a good moment. Just get through on by this black one over here. Once you get by, once you've passed by over all that, you're good, because the ball will gain enough momentum using the slant of each room. then it'll just roll in using that angle there. And then you're good. Once that's done there, you can just go over and then go down again. This is probably the hardest one, but I use kind of like a pinching technique. So essentially what you do on this one is just use a box to pinch the ball over onto this end, and then use one box to kind of push into, or to like pinch into the entrance. This one did take me a few tries, and it can definitely take a lot of like proper angling. Normally I usually get the first box correct, and then I have trouble with the second box, but I guess we'll just kind of see how it goes this time around. But yeah, you gotta do a lot of angling. You want to make sure that you have one of the edges, or like one of the corners pointed out, but like not too far, because if it's pointed out too far, then it's not going to, it's just kind of like it's gonna get stuck, and then if it gets stuck, then it just kind of messes up the whole thing. There's like, I pushed the box a lot during this section. So this one, I also mess it up again. And the cut upcoming, you come right there, and then see it pinches through there, and then hits that, goes up, and then it'll go down like that. Then it'll roll up. It'll look like it'll slow down, but it still has all the rolling momentum. It'll tip off that box and then enter. And once this section is done, you turn around, go down through there, and this will drop down on you, pushing you back into there, and then you can go and collect your red crystal. Once you collect your red crystal, we will move on to the next trial, after the quick little cutscene. So this next trial, it has a little bit of parkour involved in it. It is called Sandswept, and essentially you're on a moving platform. You just got to do parkour. It's very, I seem to find it to be quite odd and awkward at times, but that'll just kind of be how it'll be. Sometimes I fall where I really shouldn't, but kind of things happen, you know. It's just kind of not the most amazing. Yeah, it kind of like gets really annoying and tedious. I don't like this trial. It's very, very obnoxious to me. Though, the last trial's parkour section is, you do have to dance clip through there. You come up. The upcoming jumps are ladder flicks, which I don't know why I messed up. But here we go. Flick up, flick over there. And you gotta do some wraps to get around. These wraps, pretty... Oh, you can get up, if you, like on that side there, you'll see me try, but you can actually make it up. I just messed up. So come back over here, get the wraps, come over here, go wrap around, just get through these little wraps. This section is all good, just jump down there. Then once, you can wait for it to press up against the wall and then just jump up, or you can just kind of do what I did there. Then here you go. Once you click this crystal, you'll get warped back. Then we'll move up to my probably second favorite trial out of all of the trials. This next trial is in the secret Octagon area, if you guys recall where that was. It was over in, it was up over on the pillar side, so you gotta jump down, like you're gonna go and grab pillar Octagon. Do this wrap around as per normal. Then you gotta jump over there, jump across. So secret Octagon, you will come up again, and then there's this invisible truss which you gotta jump up. And then you're just up here now. If you remember from my Ubo tutorial, you remember that there's secret Octagon on that big pillar there. And over here is a door that leads to my favorite trial, the maze trial. So for here, you gotta come across this parkour. I messed it up, but you gotta just jump over, up, around, which you don't have to jump for that one, I don't think, but it's probably better if you do. So you do gotta press this button, which will switch around the parkour, and then open that door. I recommend you go around and then open the blue button door, which there is an Octagon through there. It's completely optional, but I highly recommend you get it if you can figure it out. If anything, I recommend you complete the trial and then come back. And then you come around, go around, just keep following this path. Ignore really any closed pathways, and then you'll come up across another blackened area. You gotta go through the parkour, and then there will be another door behind over here, or a button. You open the orange door. Now with the orange door opened, you go back around the same way you came. It can be a little bit tricky. I don't know why it's so much harder to come back around, but get through there. And now what you have to do is ignore this door right there. Just keep going around and then open this door. You don't hit the button, that's okay, just go, you can still go back and hit it, but you gotta come around, just go through again. And then what you do is you press this button, and then you go around because you open the blue door, and then open the red door. Now once you've done that, you can just not hit that. For over here, you can just drop through the parkour, and then it'll bring you back to where you need to be. Then you walk through here. This was the dark blue door that we opened. When you come around, you'll see that the pink door on our left side is now open. You can go through here and open the green door. This wrap may take you a few tries, but you go through there. Just do a jump like that, nice and simple. You come over through here, and voila, you're done the maze trial. Now it is time for the hardest trial. In my personal opinion, it's my favorite, or it's the hardest trial. It's my favorite in my just personal thoughts. Though its difficulty has made me really consider finding a new favorite trial. But it's very, very fun. I was just pulling something up on my phone, so I can make life easier for you guys as well as making life easy for me, so I don't need to do it straight while I'm down there. Then, sorry it took me so long to pull this up, but, it's alright. I'll start moving in a moment. So, essentially, what we're doing is we're going down to the Hieroglyphic area. We come down here, come over here, come over to here, come over here, and then we have our hieroglyphics. So you type in the code, which is a 44290. Oh, I don't remember. Oh, sorry guys. It's very easy to get through. Hieroglyphic is right there, but you jump through that left on the, or the right orange part on the left. And here is our first trial. Or last trial. This one is very, very confusing. I don't actually recall how you're supposed to do this, but you can do Anticostemma, and Anticostemma is the correct answer for this. Then once you've correctly put that in, you jump down here. Then in here you will put in all of the symbols, which I do leave on screen for a few seconds so you guys can pause and then take a look. But the first one is going to be the little mound, or the mound sphinx. It's mound sphinx. And then you have the weird fish looking thing. You got hook, then you have bird, and then you have money bag. And then you have that, which I don't really know what that is called. And you have the knife looking, and then you have the weird tail kind of looped open, and then that little final cross thing there. Then this is what it looks like on screen, which I leave up for a bit. You press the green button, and there you go. It will close down, so when you fall through, you get to see like the cool animation of it falling through, and then the clock will play the thing. Now we will have to go through a maze, which is a trick maze. There's a lot of like little spots that'll like trick you, where you can like fall through the floor, or like kind of get tricked and like it'll just make you fall through the floor, so you reset into the area. Don't go that way, and don't go towards the button, because it will make you fall. You drop down through here, climb up a truss, go over to the side. Don't go forward, because if you go forward, you'll fall. You can like go into there, so you can make the wrap easier. But yeah, it's just kind of, it's a little tricky. I struggled during my first few attempts, but I made it through the wrap. And over here there is a wall that I ended up missing and falling through, but you can get through the wall here. You'll just jump over to there. It can be a little tricky if you hit your head. You gotta pray that you get lucky. And then you come down over here. Then you just gotta keep jumping, because there is a part that you can fall through. And then if you fall through the button, that's fine. As long as you collide with it, everything will be alright. And now we start the hardest part. This took me many attempts, but I'm just gonna clip to the best one, which I actually managed to complete. So you gotta... What I do is I just like hold W and D at the same time to get up there. I do a left wrap because there's things that block you. Aim your cogwheel on the tightrope to get over. I kind of do this jump weirdly. This jump is kind of a little risky. This one is also very kind of risky. It should take practice and setup. These are some pushed out wraps, which are very annoying to get through. They're very, very tedious. These are ladder flicks, which you can probably perform better than I can, but I've never been very good with them. So you come up, get up to there, and then you do a ladder or a wrap, another wrap. Then you gotta wrap around onto the other side there. You gotta wrap, and then you wrap around very closely there. And then I was looking around for a bit, but you'll see real quick that it's just kind of a spot over there, and I was like kind of just procrastinating the jump because I was scared and I didn't want to, you know, lose all my progress. So just went for the jump, did it, got through, went over there, hit the white thing. You'll fall through it, but it's just a trick, don't worry. And then once this is over, you could go over across. I messed this part up a few times, but you gotta jump through the eye on the left side. I don't know how I messed up that first attempt, but it's okay. Liquid Gold Octagon is also in this area. I'll let you guys find that one, though it's not very difficult to find. I tried to jump onto the right eye for some reason, or into the right eye for some reason, which was kind of just stupid on my part, because it was the left side. And then, eventually, after I take my sweet little time trying to get through, I just go for it again and make it. So you just go up to there, go around there, and then press that down. which will finally complete the clock. It'll turn black, and you'll hear it make a very loud clock bell noise. And then you'll be there with the miner man watching you, congratulating you, or from his point of view, being, congrats, you managed to get through. You finally break the final crystal. You're back here. Door's not open yet because you have one less thing to do. You gotta go and then click on the crystal. And it'll shake, break, blinding light, then go through over here, and then here is the final piece, your Octagon. I'd like to thank you all for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this next tutorial, and I hope that you all have a very great day, night, or whatever time it is for you. And thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.